Boom. Keep them coming.
So what you can see on your screen at the minute is a spreadsheet. I'll just move over to that and scroll up. If I go back to my screen, that is what you can see at the minute. So Vaughan Williams there at the top. Vaughan was the first person to register for Q4. So what we've decided to do is there's 832 participants. Now there has been one or two people that have said to me after they've registered, I'm sorry, I can't participate. So if you see your name in there and you've told me that you can't participate, you're going to have to remind me, because I've got a memory like a sieve. I've got a lot going on. I tend to forget. People contact me over different ways. It might be PSN, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I can't always go back and find where people have told me that they wanted to withdraw. So if you see your name in the tournament, let me know, and we'll probably at this stage, we might try and find you another opponent, but it might be that your opponent just moves through to the next round, because, like I say, 832 participants means this is going to be the biggest 1v1 tournament I've certainly done, and as far as I'm aware, it's the biggest that's been done within the community. So, on to how we're going to do the draw then. Because there's 832 people, we can't find a online bracket cloud that will host all these people. The maximum that Bracket Cloud will host, which is the system we've been using in previous quarters, is 512. So we need to get from 832 to 512 for round 2. So what that means is 192 people out of those 832 will receive a buy. And the way that me and my admin teams have discussed that is that it's going to be the first 192 people that registered, just to give them a bit of thanks for getting their registration in early. Oh, hello, Star. So like you can see there, you've got about 36 names there on your screen. They are obviously going to move through to round 2 because they're part of the first 192. So I'll scroll down through this list and you'll see the first 192 names that will be going through to round 2. So that chap there is not me, by the way. It's somebody that's registered as an alt. So don't think that that's me if you end up playing against that person. So as we scroll through, there's a lot of people that have played in previous quarters, like Mad Circle, Clark Nicholas, Bet Chris, Gummer Flores, Gusty Phoenix, Pure Nightmare 3. A lot of names in there that are quite familiar. The Pizza Rage is another one that you might be familiar with. She's a very prominent TLOU streamer. Lords Attorney, Daniel 12, Ninja Vanish, Virus V73, Who Knows 29, Green Eyes 890. A lot of people in there that you're probably familiar with. Obviously some names that you won't be familiar with. But as we progress through, they're the people that are going to be moving through to round 2 straight away. So let's... If you see your name there, you're going through to round 2. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. Feel free to pause it or scroll through it slowly as you watch this back on the YouTube screen, just so you might be able to see your name there. So this person here, Destiny 007565, unfortunately missed out by a minute. Is that a minute? Missed out on getting a buy by a minute. Yeah, so I mean, these are the dates and the timestamps that the Google form registered when you submitted. Let me move over to there. So this screen here is your buys for round 1. So everyone on this list are people that are progressing through to round 2. So this is a separate list from what I've just shown you. I've just copied and pasted the first 192 names over to that sheet, which leaves these people as people that are going to be playing in round 1. So we got 640 people in round 1, which will take us down to 320, plus the 192 will give us 512 for round 2. So all these names that you see here are people that are going to be playing in round 1. All this making sense so far? I hope so, because I don't feel like repeating myself. I know people are going to have all sorts of questions, but I'll get onto that in a little bit. So yeah, so a lot of names. I'm scrolling through this a bit quick because there's a lot of names, but like I say, if you're watching it back on YouTube, pause it, see if you can see your name in there. What I'm also going to do is the best way for you to manage the early rounds of these tournaments is to join the Discord chat. So we have a tournament Discord chat that I will post a link in the video description. If you haven't seen it already, it's in the video descriptions of all my previous videos. So I mean, look at the Valkyrie Rolando game video description. You'll see the link to the Discord chat in there. Best way is to go in there. So what I'm going to do is I'll post a view-only link to this spreadsheet, so people can't go in and edit it, and you will see whether your name's in there or not. If you're familiar with Google Sheets, you'll be able to find your name pretty quickly. So Sancho West there, look, he'll be playing in round 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight column A. Now this is just a test to show you how we're going to be doing this. Oh, hello Valkyrie. So yeah, this is just a test. So if I just right click and click randomize range, that just randomizes everybody. So what the plan is here is that because we can't find a bracket that will host it, the spreadsheet's going to randomize the draw for us. So like I've just randomized that range of people there, like Fluffy, whatever he's called, is going to play Reaper Crew. So always one will play Beast Monkey. This is not the draw, this is a test. So if you see a name there, don't think you're playing the person that I'm reading out. So yeah, so that's how it's going to work. So if we randomize it again, there's another test. It obviously randomizes it so you're not against those people. So that's effectively how I'm going to do the draw. Alright, so I'll come on to that in a little while. I'm not just going to do it just yet. What we need to do, right, I've got a list of things that I want to talk you through. The rules are extremely important, okay? Make sure you have read the rules before you play your first game. And make sure you don't break any of those rules. There's no glitching, no silence weapons, no shorty. Everything else is kind of allowed. So you know you're allowed armor, you're allowed Molotovs, you're allowed purchasables, including the shotgun. Bomb expert is allowed, but everything else that I read out there. So shorty, silence weapons, and when I say silence weapons, I mean those that you can silence. So like a semi-automatic, you can't have the silencer on the semi-automatic. If you're using a bow, that's fine. So if the weapon's automatically silenced, there's no option to unsilence it, you can use it. You're absolutely right, Valkyrie. No camping. Camping has been removed as an option for you to do. So, like Speclizer in Quarter 3 was very, very guilty of camping in 2 or 3 of his rounds. That will no longer be allowed, and your admin that's reviewing your games will determine whether that has been defined as camping or not. It's kind of not engaging, basically. I say it doesn't mean you just sat there waiting for your opponent to come past. I kind of think a 10-20 second counter on just sat there was probably the best way to go about it. Don't want people just sat camping. I'm all for ducking behind cover. I don't mind if people have to run away from an encounter because they've got to hit a box to get some more ammo, something like that. That's not what I'm saying is camping. What I'm saying is camping. If you go back and watch Speclizer's videos in Quarter 3 against Demetrius Killer and against Kodomrix 777, you will see that is just considered camping. Nobody can argue that that's not camping. What I would like to see happen is if somebody fires the weapon off to give the position away, it just helps bring that encounter back together. There's going to be times you can't find each other in a 1v1. You might both be circling the map at opposite ends. You know, fire your weapon off if you've gone 30 seconds, a minute without actually engaging with each other, and try and get back in there. Yeah, thanks for reminding me there, SuperFireflyGuy. Covert training is also banned. Covert training 1 is allowed. So if you want to start with a shiv, or if you want to use Jack of all trades that's got the covert included, then yes, you can use covert training 1. You cannot use covert training 2 or 3. Any of these rules that get broken is an automatic disqualification. So don't think that you'll be asked to replay the game. We don't have time for that. We expect people to know these rules, so make sure you go read them. They're on the Discord chat. They're on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, I think the pinned message I've got is all the rules listed there. They're on the Google form that you filled out. We will try and post the rules as much as possible wherever we can, so that people can just log into Twitter or Discord and see those rules. I would highly, highly recommend using Discord and joining that server that is for the 1v1 tournament. Saman, I don't expect people to use a modded controller, mouse or keyboard. It's going to be difficult to police that, I guess. We're not going to know what people are using. But, you know, if I'd like to think people wouldn't use that and they're just going to use a standard PS4 controller. So the next part of the rules that I need to talk to you about is the recording and emailing of your footage. Now, it's extremely important that that happens. Most people have been disqualified from this tournament because they haven't recorded their footage or because they haven't sent their footage. And it's highly imperative that as soon as you've played the game, it only takes you 2 minutes, press your share button, upload it to YouTube, or save it somewhere that you can copy it across to your computer so you can email it, whichever way is possible. Now, I'm going to make a slight exception to this rule for the first 2 rounds because of the amount of people that are in this tournament, because I don't want the email address getting inundated with emails. Saman, will you just post the email address in the chat that people need to send footage to as well? Because it's not going to be my email address that was on the Google form. We have created a generic email address that all the admins can access and catch all the submitted footage. So Saman, if you can just post that in the chat, that would be fantastic, because I can't remember what it is off the top of my head and I don't want to give out the wrong one. So, the slight exception to the rule, for round 1 and 2 only, you will still need to record your footage. However, you can upload it to your own channel. Okay, so you have some footage, feel free to upload it to your own channel. But it's imperative that you tell your admin that you've done that and that you provide a link to your admin for that footage. But you can upload it publicly if you like. Thank you, Saman. There is the email address, tournamentbb@gmail.com. So that is where, if you're emailing the footage, that is where you email it to. However, you do not have to email it in round 1 and 2. You can upload it to your own channel publicly. You can stream it if you wish. So you can stream your round 1 or your round 2 game. Once we get to round 3, you won't be able to do that. Okay, so for round 1 and 2 only, you can upload it yourself or you can stream it. However, that is only extra options. If you're not going to upload it publicly and you're not going to stream it, you still need to send us the footage. Okay, so you don't have to send the footage. You can upload it publicly and send a link to your admin, or you can stream it and let your admin know that it's been streamed. It's important that people record their footage one way or another. So you've got 3 options there for round 2. You can upload it publicly, send a link to your admin, or you can stream it, let your admin know that it's been streamed. If possible, if you're recording footage on Twitch and saving it to your Twitch channel, then send a link to that as well to your admin. if you're going to stream it prior and you don't have a library of your recordings on your Twitch channel, then let your admin know prior to streaming it that that's what you're going to be doing and what time it will be happening. So that, I think, has covered that aspect of things. Next thing I want to talk to you about is your admins. So once we do the draw, you have to wait for an admin to contact you. Yeah, round 1 and 2. I mean, that's actually quite a decent idea. You know, if you are going to stream it or upload it publicly, take a screenshot of the result as well, and send a screenshot to your admin. Let me talk to you a little bit about your admin, and I'll come on to that point that Saman's raised there in the chat. Once the draw's been made, you'll get paired with an opponent, obviously, for round 1 and round 2. Once that draw's been made, do not contact your opponent directly. You have to wait for an admin to contact you and let you know to play the game. Okay? So it's very, very important that you have your PSN settings set so that anyone can PSN message you. So if you've got your settings set so that you can only receive messages from friends or nobody at all, then that is not going to work. That's going to cause problems because you've got an admin that needs to contact you. You've got an opponent that's probably not a friend that's going to have to contact you. So what is going to happen is you'll be delegated an admin. I'm not sure who that will be just yet, but the admin will contact you once the draw's been made. Once we've decided who's going to be responsible for what games. And your admin will tell you who you're playing, so all 3 of you will be in a PSN message, and you will keep track of the game within that PSN message. So if you get messaged by an admin, do not leave the group message. For goodness sake, do not leave the group message. I'm still going to do a roundup video for rounds 1 and 2. So I will still do something along them lines. And I will take those people that send me the footage that are not streaming. Yeah, I've said they need to post a screenshot. So they need to send you a link to the stream, or a link to the channel that they're going to be streaming it on. If they're choosing to stream, that you need to know prior to that. If they're going to post the video themselves publicly, they need to send you a link to that, and they also need to post a screenshot message of the result, so the final result. I know that's a lot to take in for a participant. So just make sure that you're doing one or the other. We can't just have nothing. We can't just have you saying, yeah, I lost. Okay, we need to have something. So we need to have a video sent to us. We need a link to a public video, or we need a stream. What I would ask you to do, if you don't mind, please, is put Bobbybarks 1v1 tournament in your video title. So if you're streaming, put Bobbybarks 1v1 tournament versus whoever. Or if you're uploading it publicly to YouTube or whatever other, I mean, you might use things other than Twitch and YouTube. To be fair, you might use VidMe or Mixer or something like that. I don't know, but whatever. Just put Bobbybarks 1v1 tournament in the title if you don't mind, and maybe a link to my my YouTube channel. That'd help as well. Okay, round 2 then. So once we've got through round 1 of these 640 people, round 2 will be hosted on Bracket Cloud, the same as all the other previous quarters, and on that we'll have to refresh the draw. So it'll be a brand new draw from round 2 onwards. And then you'll see the bracket and who you'll be playing in future rounds if you both keep winning games, blah, 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 blah. So if you've got a friend in the tournament or something like that and you want to know when or if you could play each other, you'll be able to see that on Bracket Cloud. That Bracket Cloud hosts 512 people, so we'll be able to do that from round 2. But just for round 1, it's whoever you're going to be next to on the spreadsheet. So if you're an odd number, you're going to be playing the guy beneath you. If you're an even number, you're going to be playing the guy above you. I do think that works out, as I said. So, are we ready for the draw? Do you want to see the draw? Saman, SuperFireflyGuy, have I missed anything? Do I need to say anything else? I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah, that's the other thing as well, is these PSN names that you're seeing in there are taken direct from the Google form. So I've noticed a couple of people have actually spelt their own names wrong, which is not helpful, and it might cause us a little bit of problem getting in touch with you. So it's very, very important that if you're checking this spreadsheet or this draw and you see that your name's spelt wrong, you need to inform somebody in the Discord. That's the best way of doing it. Come to the Discord and let somebody know in there, and then we can cover that off. Otherwise, it's just creating us more work. SuperFireflyGuy or Saman, could somebody just list the admins in the chat? I know there's myself, Saman22, SuperFireflyGuy, Tactical Napper, Gen Girl, Star Charms, TLOU Strategist, and Matt Potts, I think. Valkyrie is not an admin. If you get a PSN message from Valkyrie, then please block him. Giant Roger. I missed Giant Roger off. How could I forget the biggest guy? Giant Roger. Okay. Let's do the draw. I'm sick of talking. My voice is hurting. I'm at home alone with my kids. I need to go sort them out. Alright, so the official draw is now. So that is who is playing who. Let's just have a scroll down, see if there's any familiar names. Kodonrix 777 and Flu Tsunami. They're going to be playing each other. Shiv Prince is there. Play Assassin Angel. Somar Niner Empire. We'll play whoever that dude is. Neymar X10. That's a familiar name. We'll play Qrow. X Southpaw. That's Mad Circle's son. Arp and Sharan, I think, he's going to be playing. Go through these names. It might take me a while. Not going to read all the games out. All these people. This is going to create chaos. I know it is. There's going to be all sorts of people that don't respond or decide they're going to withdraw. We had this in quarter 2 and there was only 256 people. I say only like it's a small number. Frozen Onyx there is going to play Jonna 1, 2, 3, 4. Sancho West is going to play Fail Lawless. Fail Lawless gets the prize of playing Sancho West. She has actually registered, Salmon. I can't remember if she's in here or if she's got a buy. I'm sure she's in here. A lot of names here I don't recognise. I am actually anticipating that whoever wins quarter 4 is going to be an unknown to me. Because there's that many people that, you know, these PSN names I'm not aware of. Oh, Sub 3 Man. Sub 3 Man's there. He was finalist in quarter 1, losing to Valkyrie in the final of quarter 1. He'll be playing Rooking, however you pronounce it. Not quite sure. Doc Sosa, the legend that is Doc Sosa. They'll be playing TLOU Noobs. Bless Sosa. Arcady Barks is there. Going to be playing whoever that is. Not sure what that is. C to the Horsley. Let me keep having a look through this. One thing I do have to point out as well is if you have registered twice, you are only allowed to register once. So if you're registered on 2 different accounts and you see your name twice or 2 different accounts that you've registered on, you have to let us know because you are not allowed to play on more than 1 account. That was something Doc Sosa did in quarter 1, which caused a few problems. So it has been removed as an option. So if you have registered twice on 2 different accounts, please let me know or let one of your admins know, because we will have to withdraw one of those accounts. Just have to reiterate, keep reading the rules. Make sure you're fully aware of what the rules are. Belfagor, a very, very notable FN player, very, very good FN player. He's going to be playing Pickle Kid. Whoever Pickle Kid is. All sorts of names in here. Don't know any of these. But I'm sure it's going to be fun. Someone put their email? We're not going to be able to contact them then, are we? I've put their email. I must have missed that, Val, because I've been scrolling through. I didn't notice. My eyes are going all blurry. I ain't got my glasses on. Happy Haunts You. What a name. Boom Boyman's entered this quarter as well. And we're playing against Machine Gun Kelly. I always see Machine Gun Kelly pop up in public lobbies when I'm playing. So those two are probably going to be familiar with each other, because Boom pops up a lot in my public lobbies. They're probably familiar with each other, so that might be a decent game actually in round one. It's the only game I've seen as I've been scrolling through of two names I actually know. SS Benj as well. That's a name that pops up in a lot of public lobbies I play in. So that's it. That's your draw. Yeah, same here, Star. So like I say, yes, you're going to be contacted by an admin. Don't contact your opponent directly. We'll post this, or a copy of this draw, in another spreadsheet that you can view through the Discord. Yeah, he is a decent bow player, isn't he, Sklunker? Yeah. Tell me about it, Mal. Didn't realise this many people still played The Last of Us. It's usually the same names I recognise when I go into public lobbies. Right, guys, that is it. Like I say, again, just make sure you read all the rules. And I am going to back out now, leave you to it, talk to my admin team about moving on with this. So, thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, ask in the Discord or ask in the comments of the video once it's up on YouTube. And I will see you all when we begin. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.